This is one of India's oldest classical dance forms, Odissi, where every movement tells a story. Ramy Ibrahim is an accomplished dancer, trained in classical ballet and contemporary dance forms. Since returning to Malaysia in 1983, the veteran performer has spent more than 5 decades expanding the dialogue around Odissi in the country through performances, teaching, scholarships, and collaborations with visual artists. For Ramy, his work goes beyond performances. He believes art has the power to break through formalities and connect people in a deeply human way.
And this is what diplomacy is about. This is what the soft diplomacy is about. We are talking people to people, not just something that we should do for political expediency or what. Transcend. Yes.
And maybe also fill in the gaps where like formal.
Exactly. Yeah. So with that, we tick off all that formalities, and we are talking at right where we are connecting, at the human level also.
But Ramy knew he could not achieve that goal alone. In 2007, he founded Sutra Foundation, a thought of contemporary and traditional arts that champions exhibitions, education, and performances. However, Ramy said that for Sutra to become a major player in Odissi, it must first understand the dance form's history, as classical dance served as a canvas shaped by centuries of tradition.
It's a work called transcending genre, which means that Odissi is not just for male or female, it is a canvas, So how in contemporary, what is the direction that we should take, So these are some of the things that we have to grapple with when we do. What about the costume? Shall we follow? Yes, because if you see the sculptures, they hardly wear any clothes. Yeah. So how all this? What kind of textile should we do? So all these are very much influence the direction in which Odissi should take place.
With that in mind, Sutra Foundation is launching Let 1,000 Flowers Bloom, an upcoming exhibition in Bangsa, featuring artists from India and Malaysia, showcasing paintings and photography inspired by Odissi. The exhibition brings together 21 artists, 7 each from Bhubaneswar, Chennai, and Malaysia, many of whom have long engaged with Odissi as both subject and muse. Ramy said the exhibition is a tribute to the late Dinanampati, a Renaissance figure in the Odissi world who shaped the way the dance is visually presented, from stage design and costume details to lighting and visual storytelling.
But I think he sort of inspired us in so many factors, in theatrical, set designing, lighting, visual arts, all that. So because he collaborates with Sutra, and I had the opportunity to work with him. And then in terms of how to bring visual paintings, the elements of the traditional dance paintings, or the palm leaf paintings, to the theatrical elements we project into the visuals for the backdrops for performance and all that. So we work with that kind of a thing. So art is not only painting, but if we take it to another dimension.
For Siva Raja, a long-time collaborator of Sutra, the exhibition is also a celebration of his mixed Indian and Malaysian heritage, as he incorporates Malaysian elements in his paintings. He said the cross-cultural immersion allows him to move beyond rigid boundaries of identity and citizenship.
People don't categorize me as an Indian or what. I think this is one advantage of being an artist. You break all these boundaries. Then you have the freedom of expression. If I'm saying I'm Indian, I'm only going to paint Indian classical dance, then you are stuck with that element. But then I elevate myself, But for me, the core is the dance form. I respect the dance form, and then that's my passion. I captured that, but I interpret it in my own way, So I bring in my Malaysian elements, into these the paintings.
Siva Raja's perspective reflects the motto of Let 1,000 Flowers Bloom, dialogue over division and exchange over labels. Meanwhile, fellow participating artist Bayu Utomo Rajikin seeks collaborations as a grand opportunity to embrace differences and reflect more deeply and meaningfully. For the exhibition, Bayu presents 3 figurative paintings inspired by Odissi. Drawn to the dancer's symbolic hand gestures and poses, he places a female dancer at the center of each piece. Bayu focuses strongly on facial expressions and bodily gestures, revealing the subject's inner state that drives the outward movement.
They have a gesture, then they have a pose, which always attract figurative artists to capture, you know. But in the same time, they have meaning towards their pose, which is add in more elements of a storyline, you know. And it's always connected with their feelings and their, what we call it, their thought towards the movement that they've been doing on that pose, you know. So I think that's the element that attract me to choose them.
Ramy remains guided by what he sees as the core role of an artist, planting seeds for the next generation. Whether he will be remembered for his contributions, he says, is almost irrelevant.
We just hope for the best. We cannot plan that that's going to be it. You know, if you ask me how would I like to be remembered in your mind and all that kind of thing, for me it's almost irrelevant. I can only direct how it is done. How they remember you, how Odissi is going to take place is how you saw it, how you put the ground, you fertilize it.
Ramy stresses that classical and contemporary art forms from Makyong and Wayang Kulit to Odissi must live within communities rather than in isolation. Through the Sutra Foundation, he hopes to nurture artistic excellence across all forms regardless of discipline.
Whether it's Makyong, whether it's Wayang Kulit, whether it's contemporary dance, we want only the best to come out. And Odissi is part of it. The richer it is, the better for the community. Yes. Then you have point of view like what Bayu said, that the differences will also define us. You know, the more we accept and understand the differences and similarities, the more we understand that we are not living a mono culture. We are not living in one type of things, because you know, then we accept that we are able to have a diverse, you know, the human visage.
This Malaysian Report was brought to you by Ayesha, Sheik, Mazrul, and I'm Stephanie Chow for Kinitv.